Hello, students. Today we are going to talk about the number system, how we use it in India and how the number system is used in American system, right? So before we begin, if you guys know about the place values, right? How we mark the place values and other things, that is going to be helpful. In case you don't know that, still there is no problem, right? You can drop me a message and I am going to explain that to you too. Right? So we are going to do a quick comparison on the Indian system and the American system of writing numbers, right? So let's say this is my Indian system. We will be writing it in words as well, right? And then American system, right? And how we write it in words, right? So let's begin with ones, right? So let's say if I have one, I'll just type one here. It will be written as one. In America also we call it one, right? And one. And 10, again 10, and 10. 100 is 100, 100 basically, 100 and 100. Now the things are going to change a little bit. Now, once we get into 1000, what happens in our Indian system is we start putting the periods or the commas, right, after every three digits going from right towards the left, right? First, after every three digits, the first period in Indian system comes after the third digit or before the third digit, you can say, going from right towards the left. One, two, three, we are going to put a period over here, a comma over here, right? And this is going to be called as 1000. In America, also, we start our periods after an interval of every three digits going from right towards the left. So, this, and this will be called as 1000, right? Now, the next thing after 1000 will be 10,000. When we write 10,000, as I said, that in India, we put the first period after every three digits, right? So put the period here. This is going to be called 10,000. Here also, put the period after the third digit, and this is going to be called 10,000. Now the difference will start between how we name it in between India and in American system, right? So now the next thing will be right? Now in India, what we do, we put the first period going from right towards the left, right? We put the first period after the third digit, so here. Then the following period will come after every two digits, right? So the next period is going to come over here. Now what do we have? Ones, tens, hundred, thousand, 10,000, and then we call it lakh, right? So this is basically 1 lakh in India. Whereas when we go to the American system or the US system, right, the same thing put the period after every third digit, going from right towards left, and but they go up to three places of each um, each denomination, you can say, right? So like ones, tens, hundred, then thousand, 10,000, 100,000. So this will be 100,000. Okay. Next, once we go further, right, let's add in one more zero, right? So as said, the first period will come going from right towards left after the third digit, then after two digits here, right? So now we have 10 lakhs. Whereas once we get to the US, we have, so after every three digits, we put the period, right? So now this is called 1 million. Okay. Going further, let's say if I add one more zero, period after the third digit, then after every second digit. So now we have, sorry, yeah. So now we have 1 crore. Going into the US system, we'll put period after every third digit. Now this is called 10 million, right? Then if we go further, so now we'll put eight zeros after one, right? First period after third, then two, and two again. So we have 10 crore. Here, after every third digit, this is 100 million. Okay. Now, if you go one more up, right? And let's say I put nine zeros now. So you have first period comes after third, then second, and then second, right? So now we have 1 Arab, or you can even call it 100 crore. We go to the US for the same, right? So we'll have after every third digit, this is going to be called 1 billion, right? So that's how the difference comes in writing it in American form and Indian form, right? So the things to remember, or the summary of this, is that in India, going from right towards the left, we put the period, the first period we put it after the third digit, that is after the hundreds place, and then after every second digit, right? Whereas in the US or the American system, we put the period after every third digit. In India, it's like ones, tens, 100,000, 10,000, then lakh, 10 lakh, 1 crore, 10 crore, Arab, and so on and so forth, right? Whereas in US, it's ones, tens, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, then million, 10 million, 100 million, then billion, and so on and so forth, right? I hope you liked my video. If you liked, please share and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe to my video. And if there's anything else which you want me to take up or want me to discuss in this session, just drop me a message. Thank you.